paper with dye and ink on it. I don't need you to give me no privileges at all. I can tell the air not to go into your lungs. I can tell the electricity to burn up your houses. And that's what I'm doing. Because I know you guys conspired to murder us all in those freaking concentration camps. We all know. All these spaceships that Delbert Blair is telling you guys about that's out in the universe, you see them in the sun in my light orbs. You could call them light orbs if you want to. Those are the starships that dispatched me to this earth. And since I've been on this earth 52 years, the only thing you white men has done is trampled on me and made it hard for me to succeed. And even now when I'm coming out showing you the lights and showing you my authenticity, making them all turn green to show you I'm here to regenerate this earth. And no matter what anyone say or does, my mission cannot fail because it's ordained by the person that created this earth. So the person that created the earth is wiser than the people that created you white people. It's real simple. So all your little stares and all your hatred and your resentment of this truth that I'm bringing is not going to do anything at all except make you get sick and make the error identify you as a person that gets no sustainment. Feel me? It is what it is, and I am that I am. Ain't nothing no one can do about it. Nothing about it. Just prepare to die. You're getting the fuck out of here for theft and murder and lies and deceit and freaking genocide.
Insects will obey you. Animals will obey you. Birds will obey you. Because we're so low, nobody obeys us. Then you won't have it because your enemy will be swamped by the planet that they're trying to mess up. That's when you get rid of your enemy. We're out there now trying to find and dissect their rules. They make the laws. We try to find out how to bridge the laws. When do we make universal laws and follow them? This is the whole point. The planet will give you the power. The planet has already decided who it wants, and if you don't fall into that picture, you'll be out of it just as they are out of it too. You cannot sit both sides. This is a time for decision.
Let them know that. The planet is, see this face right here is the face of the people that was here when the universe put us here. You can see the feathers in his head. That's synonymous with the same feather gear that we wear in Africa. We have always been spiritual people who has paid abiding attention to the laws that was given to us from the sunlight. Everybody could call whatever they want to call, whatever they want to call it. I'm going to tell you what talks to me and tells me to talk to you. It's the sun. It has told me I made these light ships. I am a part of a whole family of suns. I am not the only one. There is billions upon billions upon billions of galaxies, and all these galaxies have numerous suns in it that I am a power source of. It explained to me how everything on the earth was on the micro scale of everything on the macro scale of the universe. So for every planet, every star, every dust of air, there is something synonymous with it on the earth. That's how complicated and intricate our earth is, because we had bugs, grains of sand, and everything that was a representation, an icon, demonstration of something that was in the cosmos. This white man pops up on this earth and destroys everything that has been ordained, induced, and conduced by the people that made the light ships that's here to kill him. So all you people that still worship in his church, bowing down to him, crying for him, you're going to be killed with them. It's just like what this man just said. When you know better and you don't do better, then you're going to have to suffer the punishment. And that's absolutely right. Because Delbert Blair, if there's anybody out there who knows this shit, it's him. So you don't have to take my word for it anyway. You can just take this scholar word for it. The authenticity of who I am will be seen, because I'm going to show you everything that I say manifest, and you're not going to be able to argue that.
Wow. You know, and see, it's crazy because I've been feeling, and I'm sure like many of you out there have also been, this is something that's been stirring in me since, you know, I was real young. And like I said, I had to deal with ignorance all my life, coming, you know, a military grapple from place to place, having a combination of different accents from place to place. I've always gone out and searched, you know, and it's always, I've always known that there was something I had to do. And I'd have to say it's been within the past 8 years that I've fully awakened to my potential, or to become, not awakened to my potential, but become aware of how I can awaken to my potential, and just had a need to put other brothers and sisters, you know, on and to help them find their way.
Well, you know, There are three types of energies that I understand in my limited research that a planet like ours can exist among, or any type of life form that begins to take on physicality, which is the lowest. You know, we're really not physicals trying to understand spirituality. We're spirits trying to understand physicality, and we're not doing too well. And that's because we've got that arch enemy who does not want us to awaken, because he knows potential of people who are man who can become a god, because God is a fallen man right now on this planet. But we all have Godheads. We're gods. Our souls are here. So toward that end, they have definitely designed everything, even the wars they make, even the food they make. Why do you think so many things are bad if everything is good? That means that somebody has taken the good, giving you the bad because they want to control you. And how best do you control?
Let me give you the perfect example. These bastards take the wheat away and then sell you white bread. And everybody knows white bread is garbage. There's nothing to it. Everything that sustained it has been removed. So they give you that bullshit. So you got people running around eating cakes, cookies, all this stuff that's so, the earth is so saturated with it that even sometimes I get weak and have to eat the shit. The cucumbers, everything you buy in the store done been tampered with. So he's genetically altering everything that the God gave for the gods to eat. So now the gods is eating food that wasn't designed for gods, so that God power could be destroyed, because they're not getting the official synonymous God sustainment from the God creator. So somebody on this earth know that they are not a God and know that other people are a God, and they are implementing policies to make sure that the true gods don't become aware of their God self and God itself, and so that way they can remain the white albino mutated imposter God that has a problem with the sun that created everything on this earth, that this imposter God destroys and replaces with his plastic, his steel, and his freaking man-made everything, concrete, everything dying and not regenerating. So we know he is not God. So go ahead and keep on worshiping him, because it's from your wanting to worship his as essence of your wickedness that he came from. And that's what it was all about, to trap all of that essence of wickedness so it can be straight up eradicated. And so all you black people who still sit in those churches now, when you see they build concentration camps to kill everybody, you were the ones who started the system of hatred amongst those people anyway, that created a format where these guys could culture and come into existence.
Oh, miseducate, misfornicate, misduplicate, and then misfeed, miswater, and miss everything else again. You misappropriate, you misunderstand, you miss out. There you go. There you go. This is why people are awakening.
Let me ask you, Mr. Blair. Okay, on the street, my brothers go around saying the black man is God. You know, 5% of brothers in general in the country, you know, they always say the black man is God. How did God get to this form? Why is God in this form? And how did God? Why would a God, if you say this and that about humanity, this is the lowest form in all the dimension, why would God want to come? Why would a God want to come to the third dimension, Dr. Blair? Why?
Well, yeah.
See, that's what's a part of being a God. I'm going to give you, I know me and his answer probably going to be different, but I'm going to answer that for you the way Asara, Satepara Ma'at see that. You see, you can't have existence without having God. Any existence, whether it's considered by the limited senses of a human being as being low, is still on the sense higher than another existence that you might not be able to fathom because of the limitations of your senses. So even a realm of a highly decorated, what you could consider glamorous, prestige existence could still be low existence compared to a glamorous prestige existence that supersedes it. So all manifestations of existence, according to who is the perceiver of it, can be considered to be a low vibration existence. So it's just about who is the person perceiving and what they do with what they perceive, the type of interaction that they have with it, is what designs all of us to be gods. You could be a low vibration God or a high vibration God. But the fact of you being conscious of your state of being a God is what will let you know that you being God means that you have to be in all places. So that means that if I am a God that is reduced by a person that does not know his state of being a God, and I have to come here and go through the rituals and the issues of having that in my universe. Whether it's for me to go through that so I can prove a case against this person, or I have to go through that just so I can have an experience to create a circumstances that my God self had a need to experience. Whatever the need is, that it boils down to God's being God's, because that's a universal principle, whether you know yourself as God or not. It's a universal principle. You have low vibration gods as well as high vibration gods. But the fact of the matter is, since we are all created by this universal creative essence of emanation, that's what we are. If I go in the kitchen and cook some food right now, that food will be me, because I'm cooking with the available intelligence that's inside of my manifestation to prepare another manifestation for consumption. Which means that my intricate DNA accountability will be transferred into the food that I cook and prepare for someone else. So when you have a government that prepare foods for you deliberately designed to extract your God life force from you, then that should make you be aware of the fact that it's all necessary just to prove a point about who is aware of their God self and who is not. Who wants to be a man or a woman when they should be striving to be God and goddesses. The people that's going to bow down and worship the image of a God outside of self is people that's going to find reasons forever to find fault and incompleteness in other people, because they found that incompleteness in themselves. That's why they went out and looked for another God. If you can't find a God in yourself, you're not going to be able to find a God in your children, or you're not going to be able to find God in anyone else except probably a picture that someone who removed your God, knowledge of God's self away from you, gave you as God. And when you get stuck on that, you're going to have a world that's worshiping a source of sustainment that's non-existent, which will make you be a slave.
To ask what is a God? I didn't say creator. See, I use the term creator. Wait a minute. It's just like interchanging, as we started off, people make the mistake, I think, of interchanging the form of what they want to call alien with extraterrestrial. Two different things. A God is one thing. There's only one creator. Now, you can get a creator God who tries to imitate the creator, and that's just advanced science misusing DNA and so as he finds it or she finds it, okay? And man, we could just run with this for so long. God is, let's put it like this. There's some things that are ubiquitous, and there's some things that are anthropomorphic. You can get God, spell it backwards.
Oh.
And it was the Dogons who worshipped the dog and said they were going to the gods, okay? You can get evil, spell it backwards.
Live.
You just live wrong, you're evil, okay? You can get devil, spell it backwards. To have lived wrong, you become a devil. You see, these are anthropomorphic things. This is the way they confuse the mind. It's backward thinking. It's thinking that is perverted. And they do it purposely. And they continue to teach you things that are purposely. They teach you the wrong kind of math. They teach you the wrong kind of science, wrong kind of food science. Why? Because there is a force that doesn't want you to awaken. What is it about you, if you awaken, that makes them so fearful of you? That's what you should ask yourself. Because within you is a God. The God power is just simply man who can become as a God and get off this planet. We're fallen man. We are the Anunnaki we search for. We are the gods we're looking for. But we won't go in and look for it.
Dr. Blair, you know what's real interesting is that I tell people all the time that the reason why all this crazy military technology that their standards just recently being developed are things like dragon scale armor, and then what they're calling Halo, or I believe the military acronym is Angel. It's these new type of vests that were developed in Japan that have relay cameras. They're digital relay cameras that, when they're turned on inside of a flak vest, they show what's going on behind the person, rendering them literally invisible like the Predator. You know, I try to explaining to, the brothers and sisters, even the ones who are in their research, you try telling them this, and you try to tell them that's because that when we awaken via the pineal gland and that third eye,
But see, it's more than just that, because your pineal gland will awaken